Hey guys, Eckhart's Ladder here, and my recent video about Mark Hamill generated a lot of comments and a lot of controversy, so I thought I'd kind of return to old Luke Skywalker himself. And he actually said more things at Star Wars Celebration that are probably worth discussing as a Star Wars fan base. Before we begin, I just want to acknowledge that last video there were a lot of comments about the sequel trilogy and a lot of really negative comments about Disney's direction for Star Wars. I just want to say that personally I like The Force Awakens and I do have a lot of hope for the franchise, so I just want to make it clear that I'm not trying to be a hater or anything like that. But I do think all of this is worth discussing. Anyway, at Star Wars Celebration, Mark Hamill was interviewed by the managing editor for Fandango, Eric Davis. I'm going to link down to his Twitter in the description. Eric asked whether The Force Awakens missed a big opportunity to reunite Han, Leia, and Luke Skywalker. And of course, Mark Hamill can be very brutally honest at some point. He says, yeah, I think it was a huge missed opportunity.
Absolutely. In fact, when I was reading it, I thought, if Leia's trying to mentally contact me and she's not successful, she'll rush to his aid. She'll get close to him and then get into some dire situation, and that's when I show up for a big yay, save her life. Then we rush to Han and are in the same position that Rey and Finn and Chewie are. Too late to save him.
And then he goes on to say, well, I think it would have been much more emotionally impactful to have Han's wife and one of his good friends watching his death rather than two characters that he's only known for like 20 minutes, and Chewbacca, of course. He ends by reiterating that he thinks it was a huge missed opportunity, but he kind of says something that we heard in the Last Jedi interview. He says, this is just my opinion, and that he believes that he often has bad opinions.
Listen, as I told JJ and I told Ryan, I have so many really terrible ideas I'd love to share with you, because out of 100, maybe you'll find one you kind of like.
I kind of wonder if this changes how some people analyze the Last Jedi interview, because if you remember there, he ended by saying, this is just my opinion, and I'm often wrong. And many people, myself included, said, well, he wouldn't say that if he didn't think that they did a great job. Well, in this interview, he's very bluntly giving his opinion, although I will admit it's not on national TV. And he is being kind of critical, and he almost talks in a way that he thinks his idea would be an improvement on the film, and he still does. So that makes me kind of wonder about whether he still feels that way about how The Last Jedi turned out.
I really disagree with virtually everything you've decided about my character.
I don't know, it's all kind of confusing, but also keep in mind that regardless of what you read on YouTube or on Reddit or wherever, Episode 7 was a pretty highly critically acclaimed film, so he probably feels pretty comfortable pointing out any, perceived mistakes. Let me know down below what you think of Mark Hamill's idea. Was it really a missed opportunity? Would it have been the right move to introduce Luke Skywalker, basically saving Rey and the gang and seeing Han Solo die? Or was it perhaps a better idea to just let the kids and the new characters have the spotlight in Episode 7? I've heard, and I think it's a pretty persuasive argument, that Kathleen Kennedy and really Mark Hamill agreed that had Luke been introduced any earlier, he would have stole the spotlight. I don't know, but I do know that it's all very interesting, and as always, feel free to leave your comments on Episode 8 below, and let me know whether this interview kind of changes how you perceive the Last Jedi interview, where Mark says that he fundamentally disagrees with how the Last Jedi handles Luke Skywalker. Anyways, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. May the Force be with you.